Restoring Men and History. And today we're talking about male friendship again because I saw some articles. We're not going to go through the articles. You have the stats from the other friendship ones, so we're going to go back through the stats. But here's the thing. Male friendship is so important for your overall lifetime happiness. You need it. You need male friendship. You need strong, good male friends. I read more articles this week. Men don't have friends. Men don't have friends. So we're talking about it again. And I was out. What also led to this was I was out with some of my good friends last week. We were sitting around smoking cigars and talking, and we had just an outstanding time. What did we do there? We talked. You need friends you talk to, not just go to sporting events with, not just go to activities. You need friends you talk to. So what did we do? We sat around for hours and hours smoking cigars and talking about different issues. We didn't have an agenda when we got there. And it led to other. And at the end of the night, there was just four of us, and it became really deep and even deeper. Now, I know these men. So you have the moments, and then you have the overall happiness of a lifetime of friends, right? But what makes those friends fantastic? What makes those guys unique? All right. How do you pick friends? And if many times people say you're the average of the 5 people you hang around most of the time, right? That's been said. So how would you pick these? The men I was out with last week were men of virtue in the Aristotle sense, right? That's the highest type of friendship. We won't go back through it. Worst kind's transactional. Middle kind is pleasure. We were out there having deep discussions about ideas. We have the same interests. We have the same values. These were men of virtue, number one. They had the same interest as me. They have an interest in the Republic and other things. Interest in history. We talked about history. By the way, we sat there having a phenomenal time talking about history, countries, politics, culture, all of those topics. And we had a conversation about what? Ideals. So here's the things about friends. If you're picking a friend, pick men of virtue, men that have similar interests to you. Because why? If you have similar interest, you'll have more to talk about probably. You can talk about his interest and yours. So friends of virtue, similar interest. Friends that are a good friend is also someone who cheers you on and encourages you, inspires you, right? Someone who's for you, someone who will celebrate your victories, right? And over time, if you keep these relationships for years, you can have these friends forever. Your wife may leave you. Your girlfriend may leave you. I think it's that out of divorces, 90% of college educated women file the divorces. So your wife can leave you, your girlfriend can leave you. You can have good male friends for your life. You can have it for decades. And they will give you a lot of happiness, I guarantee you, over the decades, and moments of joy in the meantime. You can't stress it enough. Have male friends. Smart men, good men, right? If you hang around smart men, you're probably going to think better at the end. So what can men do? They can make you think better. Now, before I hung out with a group of men, I hung out with one gentleman one-on-one in a cigar bar, and we were talking, and that made me think as well, right? So what do you want to do? You want to become a better thinker, a stronger man? Hang around those kinds of people. If you hang around a lot of men who read a lot of deep books, you might pick up books more. If you hang around a lot of men who do drugs all the time or something else, you might end up doing that. So you're the average of the 5 people you hang around the most, they say. Friendship is an end in itself. You don't have to necessarily have an end in mind. The end is the friendship. It's an end in itself, friendship. It will restore you. It will make you a better man if you hang around the right men. I came out of that very restored last week. Every time I go see these men, I come out of it very restored. I was already happy before I went in. I was already restored before I went in. But I was fired up, inspired, encouraged. When you get around the right men, you will get inspired about your life even more, even if you're already inspired and encouraged. They will build you up. You'll think coming out of it. I always have lots of ideas. Nothing that they particularly say, just fires me up in my mind, right? What else can I give you today? The important thing is you have to go find friends. You have to invest time in friends. So it is a time investment, and it will be worth it. You have to put in the time, and you have to ask men to get together. And it's better if you go somewhere where you can talk and build a relationship. How are you going to get to know them, and how are they going to get to know you, and how do you know each other's goals and interests if you're at a loud sporting event? You have to be at a place where you can. Cigar bars are great for this. It's hours and hours of investment, right? You invest in other things, talking about books, ideals, interests, whatever. Cigars, guns, V8s, whatever you wish to discuss, whatever your interests are. James Bond, the best girl of James Bond, James Bond films, your favorite James Bond. It will lead to other topics. You just have to start. But that night we started on one topic and it went to many other topics. You don't have to have an agenda. And if you get together every month, it'll be stronger, right? Because as you get together each time with one-to-one friendship or month to month, you'll build on what you previously talked about. You can build on it. It builds, it becomes a better and stronger friendship. And that enables them to help you more and you to help them more. Remember, it's not about you, it's about them. These friends I'm grateful to, they enrich me. You will come away restored if you've had a bad day or a good day, it doesn't matter. You can't just be on your computer and you can't just be with your girlfriend. You've got to have male friendship. It's good for your soul. Coming out every time I leave with a one-to-one male friendship or a group of 4 of us or a larger group, the larger group meets once a month, I come away feeling restored. Your soul and mind are both restored. Now, have your own male friends where you only with your male friends, not just with couples friends that your wife picks. Okay? You have your own male set of friends that you hang out with one-to-one with just those male friends. This is not a couples thing or not picked by your wife or girlfriend. Just sitting around talking, hanging out, telling stories, talking history, what you're interested in. Movies, country, politics, God, philosophy. It can be all that. There's one guy I talk with from 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. every time we get together. And we run that whole gamut of every single topic. Not men of relativism, but centered men. We talked about what Aristotle does. I'm not going to go back through it today. Okay, they will be happy for you. What makes a good friend? They'll be happy for you when something good happens for you. They'll be there when something bad happens to you and pull you back up. That's not the reason for the friendship. The reason is it restores your soul to be talking about ideas as a man. Working together with men. You have goals and purpose. Who's going to go over that with you? Who's going to hold you accountable if you're on the wrong track? Who's going to hold you accountable if you're on the wrong track? A good friend will, right? He'll say, hey, I think you better do this. You're about to lose your business. Right? So if you're out of control with drugs or you're out of control with your business, a good male friend will say, hey, you can't drive drunk. Hey, you got to get off the drugs. Hey, you got to do this. Now, they may or may not do it. They've got to see it themselves. But the point is, you were a good friend and you told them. And they're going to tell you. So you can have great, but it's about great experiences and restoring your soul. Friendship is an end in itself. Okay. Does that get it? Where to meet them? Well, what are you interested in? If you're interested in talking to men, a cigar bar is a good place because men are open to being talked to if they're not in a group. If they're one-to-one just sitting there, you just go sit, you get a cigar, you sit down beside them. You'll know if they're interested in talking. Some men want to be left alone, some don't, but many go there to talk and meet other men. So a cigar bar is a great place for you to meet men. Where else? Conferences, something you're interested in, right? If you're interested in cryptocurrency and there's a cryptocurrency conference in your town, you can go meet people there. But remember, at a cigar club, you're getting locals. So you'll be able to have that relationship. So you can go to, but so it'd be better to go to something that's for your local community to meet people so that you know the people you're going to go out with are. So that's how to find friends, what makes a good friend, and why you need friends. We've covered today, I believe. Where else can you go? You can join groups with your interest. You can join a hiking group. You can join a sports group, whatever you want. You need to meet other men. Who's it up to? You. Who's it up to make sure the friendship is good? You. You need good friends. Again, your wife or girlfriend may leave you. Other people in your life may die. You need long-term friendships that over time will produce a lot of happiness for you, and you'll judge it by the years, and each year it will get more significant. So it's up to you. Hope we covered everything. This was a short one, I hope. Find friends. They will restore your soul and mind. See them every month. Now make it a commitment. Do it over and over. It will increase as you go out each week, each month. Pick the same set of 4 to go out with once a month. Pick one-to-one with some. There's several I do one-to-one with that have a tremendous impact on my life and enrich me. So thank you to them. Thank you to you. Go out, build good, strong male friendships. It's up to you. Go do it. Thanks.